Good, back to downward facing dog, and then we'll move on, downward facing dog. And walk your feet up to your hands, please, to standing, half standing forward fold, hands on your shins, lengthen out halfway. Bend your knees enough to reach your sitting bones up, stretch your back out. Good. And take your hands to your hips, stand up. Inhale, Tadasana. Take your hands, face your fingers down, lift your chest. Good. Fingers down, lift your chest, strong legs. Now please balance on one leg. I'm not going to say right or left, but I'm going to be just going back and forth. So pick one leg. I'll say sometimes right and left. So right now I'll say balance on your right leg and pick up your left foot. Turn your left knee out and make tree pose. So hold that left foot up to your right thigh. Press your right thigh into your foot. Engage to your center. Take your arms out for balance, or you can use a wall. Hands back together, take your foot down. Switch sides, turn to the other side. Turn maybe your right foot out, pull your left hip in, pick up your right foot, tree pose. Engage to your center, balance and stabilize. Release your hands, take your foot down. Please go to plank pose. Strengthen as you step your knees back. Knees can go down or knees up. Strengthen your core without losing your low back neutral. So the tendency would be to tuck under a lot, keeping your pelvis in neutral. Engage the muscles across your horizontal core or deep core from your back ribs around to the front of your body. And engage your abdominal core from your navel up to your spine. Take your elbows down and make forearm plank, keeping the same muscles engaged. You can have your knees down or knees up. Crawl back up to straight arm plank. Great. Now bend your knees, reach back to downward dog. Stretch out through your sides. Walk your feet up to your hands, or you can bend your knees and jump up to your hands. Hands on your shins, lengthen out halfway. And hands to your hips. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Bend your knees, inhale, and exhale, jump out to the sides to a wide stance pose again. Turn your left heel out, your right foot open. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Bend your right knee. Take your right forearm to your thigh, left arm over your head. Stretch your left side. Anchor your right buttock under. Breathe and open to the day to place gradually more attention into your body and through the prana, prana shakti we call it, as if light energy, vital energy pours in with your breath more deeply into your body. Stand up, sweep your arm across your body, switch sides. Turn your right heel out, bend your left knee, forearm on thigh, or hand goes behind your leg on the block or maybe the floor. Keep the strength of your back legs. Lift your left arm or your other arm. This is your right arm if you're facing me. Press both feet down. Squeeze your feet toward the center of your mat, toward the center of your seat. Press your left thigh back into your arm. Reach your left buttock under. Lean back to your right. Stretch your right side. Exhale, press your back heel down. Inhale, stand up. Turn your feet parallel, bend your knees, jump or walk back in. Bend your knees, jump or walk back out again. Turn your left heel out, your right foot open. Utthita triangle or Utthita Trikonasana. Lift your arms up, stretch over to the opposite side, over to maybe your left side, right hand on your shin, or the block. Left arm up. Lift your left arm, stretch the side of your body. Strengthen your legs. Lengthen your spine. Strong legs, long spine. Strong legs, long spine. Stronger legs, longer spine. Stronger legs, longer spine. Exhale, press your back foot. Inhale, stand up. Turn around to the other side. Turn your right heel out. Rise up through your sides. Reach over to that back side. Triangle pose this way. Engage the muscles of your upper thighs. Pull up your kneecaps. Keep pressing the front of both feet, especially that front foot where we tend to lean back onto your heel. Squeeze your heels toward the center. Lean back to the top side so the bottom side turns up. Exhale, press your back foot. Inhale, stand up. Hands on your hips, lift your chest. Now, staying in this stance, take a little closer stance. Keep your feet wide. We're gonna make twisted triangle, right? I know it's early in the practice, but we're gonna go for it. So turn to one side. This is where I'll let you pick the side you're going to, because so just turn to one side so your chest and hips face one short end of your mat. And then you lift your back heel up, please, like this. Turn your inner thigh in, set your back heel down, lift your chest, squeeze your legs together for balance as you keep your hips square to the front, hands on one or two blocks out in front. Strengthen your legs, reach your hips back, your chest and belly forward. Press your feet, strengthen your legs, lengthen your spine. Now take your inside hand over to your front foot on the outside of your foot on a block or maybe your shin, and this outside hand on your hip as you turn. Twisted triangle. Reach your chest forward. Keep reaching that front legs, hip back and down, the back leg forward. Use your ab muscles you had to use in plank to turn you. Turn back to the floor and stand back up. Turn around to the other side. So step other side. Take your hips square to the front, turn, stretch out, lengthen out, and take this arm that's on the same side that your front foot's forward, take that one on your hip. Reach that hip down. And take the inside arm around the outside of that front leg, reach your belly chest forward, use your plank, the core muscles you had to use in plank, and your abdominal core. Turn and breathe still in the upper sections of your abdominal strength. Loosen enough to breathe through your diaphragm, your low ribs, your upper belly, and turn. Turn back to front, stand back up, and switch sides. Or just come back up to feet parallel for you all. Now please take twisted side angle. So turn around to the other side again, and I'm going to just be showing you on this side so I can turn with you. So take your lunge with your back heel up, lift So face your belly and chest toward one short end of your mat. Lift your inside arm. Your back leg is a little bent, a little straight. Get your hips low. Squeeze your feet together. Lift your right arm up, or the inside arm up, and take it down on the inside of your front foot. Pause there. Back off your sitting bones. Up. So your low back is neutral, or there is a concave curve there deep in your low back. Now engage your core as you turn from that inside, the inside side. Lift the other arm. Reach up. Of course, some of you can have your hand on the floor on that inside side. Keep backing off your hips. Engaging across your core and turn. Breathe. Turn back around to the front. Step forward. Switch sides. So you're just going to stay on the same side. I'm moving around so you can see me. Lift that inside arm. And some of you can take your hand on the inside on the block or floor. Keep backing off your back hips. A few of you already may like to take your arm up and around your bent knee, as long as you can keep organized in your low back, turning. Breathe and turn. That's right. Stretch out of your strong legs, squeeze them together, and twist. Exhale, back around to the floor. Now put your hands down, make downward facing dog. Press the floor away, stretch your sides, release your head. Shoulders over wrist, bend your knees. Exhale, jump or walk to the front. Inhale, hands on your shins, lengthen out. Exhale, first big fold. Lift your sitting bones, tone your belly, and fold. Stretch your back by bending your knees more. Now re-extend your spine, hands on your shins, lengthen out. Exhale, hands on your hips, stand up. Good, stand on one foot again. So let's just stand on your right foot. I'll be facing you. So stand on your right foot, lift your left leg up, and take your left leg across for eagle pose. Squeeze your, do it better than me. Squeeze your legs together, left leg over, left arm, or the leg that's wrapped over is the same arm that goes under. Hold your center. As we've gone side to side quite a bit and twisted some, now get straight down your center. Wrap your limbs around your center. Release that side. Switch sides, other leg over. Notice your breath through your nose, in your chest, as you strengthen and focus. Enough to balance here. And come back up. All right, let's go back to tree pose. So turn your right foot open. Hold your left thigh in. And a little more work in this right leg. So as you lift it up, this leg, your leg that's turned out does this anatomy action called external rotation. So that means when you take your thigh out, that leg bone is automatically rotating up from the inside to outside. So that's happening, and as you take your ankle and move your foot to your inner thigh or take it down to your calf, don't watch me, watch something else. I'll show you in a moment. So then as you get it up there, you can use the wall too. To assist and actually deepen the work of this external rotation, it's happening more in your hip, more in your external rotators, they're called, like the piriformis and the other 5 of them, those muscles that rotate your hip out. So activate those muscles in your bottom and pull them down toward the floor. Reach out through your right knee. Reach down and arms out for balance. Reach under your right buttock. Reach in your left thigh to your right foot. And you can join me if you're coming in and out. If you're teetering a little bit, that's okay. Work your outer standing foot, your left foot, outer ankle in. Good, and back down. Switch sides. Of course, a lot of ankle strengthening too. So work the bottom of your feet strongly. So you lift up the bottom of your foot like you're sucking the mat up. And your outer ankle squeezes in. So take the other side. Keep that in mind. Outer right ankle squeezes in to the inner foot. Lift your left foot up. Hold it to your inner shin, your inner thigh. And find the external rotation actions and then accentuate them. Exaggerate the work in your left buttock down as you reach out through your left knee. Hold your core together. Rise up out of your formed tree pose. And maybe lift your arms up. I'm going to show here. Or you can stay with your hands out to your sides. Reach down your left knee. Reach up your belly. Hands to your heart. Come back down. Okay, let's work that into those standing poses again with that in mind. So bend your knees, jump your feet wide apart. Turn your left heel out, your right foot open. Bend your right knee, warrior two pose, and accentuate the external rotation. That's the reach of your right outer hip, the back side, under. Keeping that right thigh moving laterally as you take your right hand behind your thigh, press your thigh into your arm behind you. Take your left hand to your left side thigh and lift it laterally up. So both thighs go wide, but they have different actions to make that happen. Arms up. From your wide thighs, your sitting bones broaden, and then add on the core through that space. Rise up through your sides. Breathe into your upper belly, your low ribs, diaphragm. Put awareness there. Almost like you're shining light there. It is said to be like light, prana, right here. And as if with your exhale, you spread light, prana, through all of your limbs, down and out through your legs, out through your arms, up through your head. Spread prana, light energy. Inhale, breathe in, deepen prana. Exhale, spread it out. Stretch your arms out, stretch up through your head. Stand up. Now, warrior two on the other side with a prana emphasis. Turn to the other side. Engage your legs like we did before so you can stay in there for a few breaths. Back leg high. And you have a lot of strength in your back thigh. A lot of reach. The closer your front thigh is parallel, the easier it is on the upper thigh, the front thigh muscles. It activates the glutes more and your hamstrings more, the back of your leg. So get low as you can. Squeeze your feet together. Rise up and breathe right into your center. Broaden your ribs. Breathe out. Can you find your breath in the back of your body? Open, deep, full, spreading inhale. And with the exhale, have the sense or imagine, felt experience that you spread prana through your limbs, up through your arms, up through your skull. Inhale, expand prana. Exhale, spread it. You can look over to your left hand as you soften your eyes there, and keep your awareness in here. Long, slow exhale. Reach out through your limbs, up through your head. Stand back up, hands on your hips. Now let's keep your feet wide out for one more pose. So you're getting a lot of work in the side of your legs, a lot of strengthening. So we'll go one more side to the reverse warrior. So bend your front knee low as you can. Same alignment actions. Make sure you activate your feet, bottom of your feet strong, lift them up, scoop up the mat like this, like a doming. Stretch your right arm up, and now place your attention right inside the skin of your right side. Bring your awareness in your body as you deepen prana right there. How much more space can you stretch with your breath? And how much more space can you make for breath there, all the way through your underarm, deep inside these ribs, through the chest muscles, your back, and slowly come back up. Turn around to the other side. Then I promise we're going to take our feet back in, just kind of working these outer hips. I'm starting to feel mine burn a little bit. Bend your left knee, and your left arm up, big breathing here on your left side. If any time this is just getting too much strength in here, see if you can last like one more breath and work through it. Or you're free, if it starts to bother your back, you can straighten your leg and do it this way. Breathe big. Keep your upper belly loose enough to breathe so we have the right balance of core strength and space to breathe. I keep putting my hand here to remind you this diaphragm is such a key area to keep open for the benefits of the deeper energy work offered through yoga. Come back up and hands on your hips. As promised, take your hands together, bend your knees, jump or walk back in. Now take either the wall or a chair, something to balance that's strong. I'll show here for a moment. So I'm going to have an arm length from the wall, and then Utthita Pada Hasta Gustasana. So you take that opposite leg up, and if you don't need the wall, you can do it out in the middle of the room. People at the wall, go ahead and join me. The leg that's at the wall should be, your outer foot should be parallel to the wall or the sturdy chair. Bend your knees enough to level your hips somewhat. They're not going to be totally level. And try to squeeze your feet toward the center without moving your feet. And see how that wakes up your inner thighs and helps you pull your upper inner thighs back to broaden your sitting bones. See if you can create that alignment action we call inner spiral. From your inner feet, wake up your inner thighs and broaden your sitting bones. And then tone your core through that space. Come back down. And that was a little long in that side, so feel free to come down if you need to. As my live class participant was complaining slightly about that. So he was just letting me know that was long, holding that pose. So bend your left knee, the other one, and come up. Balance. Oh, he doesn't have a wall, so sitting bones back. Squeeze your feet together. Broaden so the exaggerated version is feet squeeze in, sitting bones spread, and then core seals in through that space. Focus, balance. Good, release that leg. Now let's try something we do once in a while. Let's see if you can get a chair or wall. So I'm going to show you first. I'm going to scoot all the way to the wall. So I have my hip about 3 inches from the wall. And then the side, my leg that's adjacent to the wall is going to go up. The opposite arm goes to that outer foot. And then I use this hand at the wall to twist. The tendency will be to turn too much around, to turn this hip, so keep your hips facing the front, like in a lane, while you turn. So go ahead and join me. Keep your hips facing the front. Take your outer arm to the inside leg, the leg that's adjacent to the wall, and you may take it to your shin. You also can bend your knee and have or the outer foot. Keep the standing leg back and use this other arm back here to help twist you. Use the same principles we just did. It's very important. Feet squeeze in, thighs move, widen your upper thighs and your sitting bones, and then twist. Use the wall. Good. Turn back, release that foot, and switch sides. So as you take up, you guys have this wall where you are would be the wall. I'm going to show you here without the wall. Like if this was the wall, you can take the other side. I'm just going to turn here so you can see me. Here's the wall, my pretend wall. And some of you can try this without the wall later or now. Squeeze your feet, reach through your inner feet. See how that wakes up your inner thighs and broadens your sitting bones. Now start to rotate around that stability. And you're using the wall with this back hand, the same hand that the legs up. There you go. Turn, turn, turn. Use your belly some. And bend your knee, come back down. All right, let's use the wall for some of you for Ardha Chandrasana. Some of you may not need it, so I'm going to show the wall, just a quick demonstration. You'll take the block or chair to the wall, and your foot is about 4 inches from the wall, so enough so your hip is on the wall. And as you come up in Ardha Chandrasana, you will work this front thigh like the front thigh in all those side poses. You have to turn your inner thigh out, and your outer hip has to reach under more to stabilize. Keep your right foot, this foot, strong. So everybody join me in Ardha Chandrasana. One foot or the other. I'm mirroring, so there you go. Move your front, the standing leg, inner thigh away from the middle, like you're trying to rotate that inner knee out and work that outer hip, the buttock muscles down, like you did in your tree where you reached out through. See if you can find that wrapping under in your standing leg, outer hip, the other arm up. You guys on the wall, you all on the wall can lean into the wall. Now bend your knee and come back down. Switch sides, so come back up, take the other side, use the wall or not. So if you're not using the wall, just take your block to the outer edge of your standing leg and step it a little forward and make it at a diagonal. As you stand up, this is what's going on, this outer rotation, like you had another hand there doing that, and you have to pull under this outer hip down. So keep working at the wall or out in the middle of the room, Ardha Chandrasana. I think it actually looked like it is a half moon out there now, when I was out the other night. So this is called half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Can you breathe into your back? Can you place prana around your ribs? Good. Come back down and stand back up. Now for fun and just challenge and mental focus, all that, let's put some poses together in a linking set of poses. So let's start, we'll just do it slowly first, then we'll link them together a little more, one breath at a time. So start with side angle pose, so bend your knee, your front knee, and your hand on the block or your thigh, arm over your head. Reach up your back leg, lean back as you've now warmed up a little more. Get the side bend, this is, and cause more rotation from the underneath side. Rotate up. Now keep your legs like this, but change your upper body to reverse warrior two. We've done this before, so just as a nice offering today, reach up and over. Inhale and exhale there. Now straighten your front leg and take it out to triangle pose. Reach your hips out to the back foot. Triangle pose to your front leg. Reach up your arm, rotate. Breathe into both sides and even into your back as you think about the region right below your shoulder blades and your back. Can you actually breathe there? Some of our teachers will call that the kidneys or the wings of the kidneys. Can you find your breath, or we could say prana, in your back body? Can you find it up through your sides and into your collarbones? Reach your top hand even higher as you push your lower hand down. Stretch out your collarbones. Reach down your bottom arm and up through your top arm, further apart. You can even look up toward your top hand. Now hand on your hip, and we move to Ardha Chandrasana, where we left off before. So step your back foot in and rise up Ardha Chandrasana. Back legs, whoopsie, back legs strong. Keep the work, the pressure of your front foot secure and steady. All the other work, and some of you like to take your arm over your head and maybe work more, challenge your core by lifting your lower hand. This one's hard to breathe deeply in. I mean, you really can't breathe deeply because it's so much abdominal strength. And your bottom hand down. Step your back leg back in stages. Stand back up. Feet parallel to the short ends. Take those few poses on the other side. So turn your right heel out, left foot open, bend your front thigh, Parsva Konasana, side angle. Reach up, stretch your side even more. Reach it out and pull it up. Pranify, like enliven your insides with prana, like you're just injecting yourself with light in a really yogic way. No, you guys can laugh. Reach back, turn, rotate. Now keep your legs really set as you play with the reverse warrior here. Reach up, sweep around kind of like that guitar opening, and open it up, big stretch, and in here an injection with sun energy, light. So the yogis, way back, these ancient sages that wrote a lot about these esoteric practices where you imagine light in your body with prana, they still had problems focusing their brains back then, and they didn't have all this distraction we have. So there's lots written on techniques to calm the brain and focus it in the body. And one of the biggest techniques that keeps showing up through all the yoga is breath. Prana. Come back up, reach over to this outer the back leg, triangle pose. Did I miss one, Mitch? I think we got them all. So triangle here. We're going to do another linking in a moment with some other ones. So outer hip, under, rotate. I love this action in triangle to open up space for breath, which is one of our themes today, prana, breath. So push your bottom arm down and reach your top arm up. So you notice the stretch across your chest? Bottom arm down, push it, top arm up higher. Now turn and breathe into your side ribs all the way up through both underarms. Loosen, keep loose enough to breathe deeply. Good. And Ardha Chandrasana. Of course, the focus here becomes more balance for many of you. Breathe as much as you can. Step in, balance on that front leg. Ardha Chandrasana. Half moon. This one, to me, is one of the best ones to breathe into your back because it helps you also balance when you draw what might be correlated to what's called Uddiyana Bandha, that place right around your navel back slightly, and maybe breathe there into your spine and your back right behind or directly opposite your navel. And you direct breath and energy there. Yep, and come back down. Stand up gradually. Turn your feet parallel to the sides.